Well, hello there again, my bowfishing brethren. This is Bowfishing on May 21st, 2020, Saginaw Bay, Michigan, just north of Sebring, and beautiful sunny day. The wind was definitely a little bit faster than I would have expected, or the weather was forecasting, but nonetheless, we did manage to score quite a few fish. Well, the bow that I was shooting this trip was my G-Rex 30 pounds at 27 inches with the MegaMouth reel. Just wasn't going to screw around. I brought several other bows with me, but that was the one I went to. What you see in that picture right there is a close-up with my line puller and then a strobe light. The strobe light is water activated just in case I happen to drop it one of my prized possessions in the water. Hopefully I would be able to find it at night with the strobe light on it. This platform is made out of MDO board, which is medium density overlay. The frame underneath it is made out of aluminum ATV rack, and in those couple of pictures you can see there's some of the skeleton of it. I was really fortunate to sort of come up with that little hybrid idea. That aluminum is more than strong enough, it's less expensive, and so you have a lightweight frame that is very stiff. And MDO board is stuff that they use on outdoor signs. So far, it's been a great material. I've used it in the past, a couple other projects, and time will tell, but so far I am very happy with it. My camera settings right now are a little on the bright side for full sun. Typically it's shot or set for nighttime shooting. I just quite honestly forgot to change it. These GoPro 3 cameras with an external battery, with a little clip-on external battery, give you about 2 hours plus with recording. With a 64 gigabit card, you can get a little over 4 hours recording. And that's how I do that now, is what I'll actually do is use a external device, like a hand warmer or some other battery charger, to plug that camera in. And so I can let it just run 4 hours, 4.5 hours till that SD card is completely full. And that's usually time for me to go back in anyways. I am tired at this point. But nonetheless, this day we did have a lot of fun. We stayed out for a good hour past the camera footage here. Okay, about my bow rack. This bow rack will hold 6, 7 bows. It's made out of galvanized square tube. I also have a receiver in there that holds onto the camera pole. Here's the side image of it, and I also put bungee cords on it to help hold the bows in place, so when I'm underway, they don't bounce out on a wave or something like that. Very handy thing to have. I really like that. Just make sure that you build it high enough off of your fish barrel or away from where your fish are going to be sliding if it's going to be in that location, just to give you plenty of room with your arrows. So about a week ago, I came up with this idea, a new gaff system. Before I used to keep the gaffs flipped over and in like a tube, and you had to sort of pull them out and then flip them over. Well, I came up with this idea to cut PVC with a slot in it and then mount it at the top, so the gaff would slide down through the slot and hold it in position. So it makes it very easy to remove. In this image here, you see without the gaff in it. You see where the track is a little bit better there. This has worked out way better. It's a lot quicker, and it helps put fish in the boat. A friend of mine was out on my boat recently, and he has basically the same kind of setup, and he stood on those rubber mats, and he's like, I know what I'm buying. And it's his feet are killing him on the average night. His legs are tired out, and with those rubber mats, that just makes a world of difference. I'm sure you can find them a couple different places, but I've had really good luck with these. These are the Menards mats that you can find for under $20. They're 3 foot by 3 foot. You know, my friend here, John, is now 77 years old, and he's a retired Marine, and the guy really enjoys being outdoors, and he does a great job in, being part of nature and out and about. He has taken up bow fishing over the last about 4 years or so, and he's gotten better and better, and this is his first trip out with his G-Rex. From time to time, you'll see why there's a bunch of blood on the deck, and then in the next image there isn't. It's because I have this water pump system, and I spray it off from time to time. And this helps keep the buildup of eggs on there, and cuts down on the slipperiness of it. I really like it. I like it so when I'm usually coming in at the end of the night, I spray it down, again, to knock off a lot of the big stuff, and keep it, especially from eggs, from sticking to absolutely everything. My favorite arrow by far is the AMS Anchor Quick Turn. Great arrow, I believe it is overpriced, but it is the best. For my style of bow fishing, my style of or size of fish and species that I hunt, it's a really good balance. There's other tips out there that'll hold bigger fish, but for speed and convenience of use, they are the perfect fit for me. I have one of the original MegaMouth reels, and last year I kept on having problems bending the handle. I contacted AMS about that, and they sent me out a replacement handle. Basically, it's a solid handle instead of the one with all the holes drilled in it. It's worked out great. Taken out several times this year, and I have not been able to bend that sucker yet. The line that I'm using is from ASHCONFISH or something along that lines. It's an 8-braid, 250-pound test line. Now, I've tried several others, Hercules, the Muzzy, 200-pound lines, and this particular brand of 250 seems to be the best. It has the least amount of memory, and it has a relatively thin diameter, very good with abrasion. It has been the best line I have found thus far. All day on this day, again, all the conditions were perfect as far as the sun. The fish were not really on the surface chasing each other. They were really just congregating. 2 days later, I was back out in the bay here, same area, and the fish, even though it was cloudy, they were all over each other. A lot of good spawning activity in spite of the clouds and the wind. I hope all of you take the time to appreciate this 2020 season. Hope you all stay safe. Get out there, enjoy, and have a damn good day, or at least try like hell. See you soon.